Today, I want to come in and talk about opposition in our truth and opposition in our bodies. Okay, so when we stand in our truth, there will be oppositions. Um, Oppositions within ourselves, oppositions with what others are telling us. Not everyone will like every thought. And when we still choose to live from that truth anyway and act from that place, then something changes. Something starts to change from within. It's an authority that starts to be built up in ourselves that's not only spiritual, but it moves through the body. And when we allow any opposition to detour this inner authority, because it's not a controlling authority. We do this by invitation. This is our agreement with that. This is how much we have our free will. So when we start to receive this authority, but then somewhere, let's just say at our throat chakra, we start to detour it by not speaking really what we want to speak, what our truth is, then we start to feel, and with time see, this showing up as some form of disarray, dysregulation, dis-ease that starts to present itself. And especially at times like that, it's really important that we don't turn away from the disarray and the dis-ease, but we strengthen our knowing of the truth of Christ within us. Ultimately, this is how we heal our bodies. When we bring our attention back again and again, not to what the mind thinks and feels should do, but to the light of Christ within that is moving through us. That is when we constantly communicate that yes, we are ready, we are here, we are ready to carry this authority through ourselves. We are allowing that beautiful light of love within us to move through. And it is this light, not our effort, that reorganizes and nourishes and restores coherence or congruency or health. So when we allow that, then our physicality begins to change also. This is a personal story that I bring in here. So in this physical lifetime, I've had what's considered a minor surgery. There was a surgery done on one of my ovaries, and something that the medical world considered quite common and very easy, and it's almost like it's just a quick surgery and you'll be good in 2 weeks. And gosh, when I think about it now, I don't think I would let anybody cut into my body. It just almost feels unreal to me that those are the ideas. But getting back to that, so this area, the ovary area, carried scar tissue. There was a lot of scar tissue damage inside myself. That over time it got heavier and harder, and it almost felt like there was this energetic burden. Like it literally felt like I couldn't have energy go through that area. It was just almost like a cement. And in the last year being in and with Christ, I loosened that area, or more like Christ did that for me. But the co-creation, the agreement, the invitation came from me. The belief came from me. The belief that this could be different, that I trust that light, that truth within me, that's the highest light, that's the healing light. So I invited that light. I consciously stood in that light saying, come through this block, this energetic and physical block area of me, and release this for me, please. So it happened that way. Like with time, I could actually feel like less and less of that kind of like scar tissue thickness. And last week, I began intentionally moving through my energetic system, all of my energetic systems. And when I came to this area, I thought, you know what, let me see, what would it feel like if I opened it even more? You know, if there are still any scar tissues remaining, you know, let it go through. Let me see how much light could be received, where, you know, ultimately now what we're playing with here is healing by design. So as I was observing, like literally sensing this area, this lower stomach area opening up a little bit more and responding, like a sensory feeling of responding, of opening up, and knowingly as I place myself like in the center of Christ and Christ in the center of me, as that light traveled within and through me, it's like I could see that internal space more clearly. It was like radiant and healthy, and like the how do I explain, like the center of me is the center of my lower belly, where I used to feel the scar tissues. It's like this new space was being created, that the light was creating. Okay. And I could also feel that around this space, around this center light, that there were areas that were not yet completely filled with light. They felt, to me, yes, like disordered and kind of grayish and almost chaotic in their movements. This is how the tissues communicated to me. And as I invited the light in and said, okay, let this light expand within me, I take my eyes and my idea and my identity off of this disarrayed tissue connection, and instead I see it as nourished and peaceful and organized. You know, and there was that physical sensation of that internal movement, and ultimately that light that came through me at that time is what prompted this program, Rooted in Christ. So you never know that in what ways you will be illuminated as you allow more light to go through you. And you may also notice this in your life. You know, perhaps you carry a great trauma. Perhaps you carry no visible trauma at all. But every human body, every human being carries not only the personal imprints, but also the ripple of humanity's collective frequencies. And then the truth is, you do not need to do more work to make it better or to heal these things. You only need to remember who you are in Christ. I did not effort as I was walking myself through this process. I allowed more light in. I looked at the light. I remembered. I believed. And I allowed more in. And from it came this very program. And also more ease in that area of mine. And those of you who've been following me for a while, you may know that, a back that I had the really back, what do they call that in the back? Slipped disc, that I was told that this will only get worse and I can only manage it through pain medications, and I won't be able to do the same exercise as I used to do before. And I'm a very athletic person. I love movement. And he said, no, that can't be. No, not for me. And at that time, also, what helped was me surrendering into this light without knowing the name at that time. But now I know that name. Now I know that that name is Christ. You know, there is that quality, there is that specific and recognizable quality that is in each and every human being. So that is the call here, that is the invitation here, to find that within you and create that relationship that nobody can shake for you. And as you allow this much light to move through you, you naturally become the authority of your life. You hold your sovereignty. You embody your strength. And ultimately, this is what we strengthen into. This is what we strengthen into. My bigger experience for you, the 6-month experience of Strengthened Within. We are stepping into the embodiment. We're ultimately here to be the empowered authority of our lives, so that we can bring our purpose into the world and embody our self-concept that is aligned with the highest expression of who we are, and consciously create the life that we came here to live, and leave that as a legacy, not just for our children, but our children's children. And it is from this internal space of truth, of life, of life and light and freedom, that we create our world from. And this is how we are bringing heaven on earth. So, my friend, let this be your reminder that your authority is not an idea or a concept. It is a living action. It is a choice that you are making. And it is Christ's light embodied in you, here and now. So with this, I will, and I do, bless you. Until next time.